Hello.
Hi, Melissa.
How are you?
Good. You're the first one.
Hi. How's your vacation?
Uneventful so far. I've been in class, so reading and writing and doing like virtual classes and stuff. So that's pretty much all I've been doing. What have you been doing?
Oh, not too much. Being lazy mostly, and cooking a lot, gaining a lot of weight, and doing a little bit of DIY projects. I got a garden going, little things like
Oh,
that.
good. Yeah, we did a garden as well.
Oh, good.
So I have a few things, not a whole bunch, just a few.
What do you have?
We did some cucumbers and zucchini and tomatoes. My cucumber is a bully, running over everything else. I wasn't prepared for that, but I know next year. We'll do better next year.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a learning progress. It's kind of like a science experiment, really,
Yep, yep, that's
Just
exactly what
figure
it
it
was
out
for
as you
me.
go along, yeah.
Hey, Ardina.
Hey, hold on. I'm still trying. There y'all go. Hey, y'all.
Hey, I thought you were having dinner with the hubby.
I wolfed food down real quick. I told him we got to hurry up and eat because I got to go on a Zoom meeting. Hey, how you doing?
Good, good. Let's see. I think
Melissa, you doing okay?
Oh yeah, doing great. How about you?
I'm good. Can't complain. Can't complain. Look, no need to complain, huh?
Yeah, no, everything's been good here. Just been lazy and kind of relaxing a little more than I should.
you know what?
No,
we all deserve a little rest every now and then.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, and
I was trying to
I was
make
just want to
sure.
say, we're just so that y'all know, I am recording, because Christine can't come. She has yoga, so I told her I would just record it. Just FYI.
Okay, now Tiffany, I know you know all this fancy stuff. So this little thingy at the bottom where it says record, if I wanted to record it, I can just click that so I can go back and watch it if I wanted to.
I don't know. Give it a try. See what it does.
I don't know. Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
No. You need to unlock your iPhone first. No, Siri, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Sarah. Be quiet. Okay. Let's see what's gonna happen because I don't know. Let me see. Please request recording permission from the meeting host.
Oh, that's me. Okay. Well,
okay. I don't
click
know
on it and see.
And see what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Hey, this is experimental for all of us. Because if you click and ask for permission from me, then
I clicked it. I don't know what happened.
Let's see if it sends me a message.
Okay.
And I apologize. I thought I turned my messaging off, but it keeps popping up every time somebody texts me. I keep trying to close it out. So every time you hear a ding, that's my text messages.
What y'all been doing?
A lot of reading. What you been doing, girl?
Swimming.
You know what? We did set up a little pool in the back, and I've only been in it a couple times. So I keep waiting for my semester to be over so that I can swim some more and relax. Yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah, my little boy started party yesterday, so we got
I made it. Can you see me? I made it.
So today, I told
hold on. Hey, wait, I gotta leave for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay, Miss Kay.
we can't see you, but we can hear you.
Oh, she said she has to leave for a minute. So we just lost her, but she'll be back. Maybe she's switching from her. Wait, is that her? No, she's not here anymore. What, Sarah? Say it again. Your sound is all jacked up.
Can
Sarah.
y'all hear me or am I cutting in and out?
It's in and out.
Can y'all hear me or am I cutting in and out?
You're cutting in and out.
Okay, I'm cutting. All right, let me move. Now can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
I'll by the modem. All right.
Okay. While we're waiting on Jill, I think Jill and Miss Kay to come back, I am going to find the Miro so I can just get it up and shared with y'all. Look, Miss Kay's calling me. Hey, Miss Kay.
Okay. What's the meeting password? I believe because I had to put my sound on. Then it come back and it says I need a password.
You shouldn't need a password.
What is this? Enter meeting password.
Let me see. How did you join it the first time?
It just went like this. Now start from the beginning again.
Yeah. Just go to that email that I sent you where the link was.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, I see. Look, it's asking for permission. All right, so now you should be getting on. There you are. Bye. Okay. I sent the link to the Miro, and let me ask Jill if she's coming. Because Jill wanted to show y'all something too that she had done. And I guess like right now, the way things are going, we really don't know what the heck we're going to be doing in the fall. And, oh, there's Jill. Okay, I think that might be everybody. Let's see.
I think Tori was on that thing too, right?
Yeah, I invited like pretty much the whole 8th grade team, you know,
Oh,
people who were interested in, like you were interested in learning a little bit about Google Classroom, and Sarah seems to be the Google Classroom guru, knows a lot about it. But Jill had also done like some digital, like a digital student notebook, like the one I had kind of started working on. And I wanted to show y'all this really awesome thing that one of my professors showed us, and he uses it for our online class. And I thought it was really cool, just to, like a whiteboard that is shareable and everybody can work in it at the same time. Jill, can you hear me, Jill? You good to go? Miss Kay? Because we can't see or hear either. Okay.
Miss K, why I can't see you? I want to see you. And you too, Jill. I haven't
I
seen
don't
y'all in
know. How do you see me?
Turn your, go to start video and stop video.
Oh, there you go. Hi, Miss K. Hey, Jill.
Hey.
I can see better without my glasses.
Look, I went in, I don't know, I can't see. I've been staring at computer screens and books for days, and now my eyes are all blurry and it's hard for me to see. So glasses on, glasses off, glasses on, glasses off. Put them on the side just in case I needed them. Yeah, as I was saying, it's like I have absolutely no idea what we're doing in the in the fall. I know that Diane had sent us all like that, a message letting us know that we all had to have Google Classroom for all of our classes. So I set that up. I think Jill, you're familiar with Google Classroom. Melissa, did you do Google Classroom before? Before, okay. Did you?
No, not before all this started.
Okay, but have you looked at it now? Like, have you created some classes in it and you're able to?
Yeah, I've done one for my 8th graders, and yeah, I'm learning a lot, but I'm planning on taking those webinars.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just haven't taken them yet, but they have a few of them, so I still have time. So I'm gonna do that just to see, so fill any knowledge gaps. That way I'll be ready.
Okay.
So Sarah, I'm sorry, Tiffany. Sarah, you're a master in this Google stuff too?
She's familiar with it. She's used it like in Iberia Power.
I've used it for the past 3 years in my classroom religiously, so I'm familiar with it in that way. But as far as like a master at it, I don't know.
And Jill, thank you so. Yeah, Jill, thank you so much for posting that thing you did. Because right when you posted it, I was like, wait a minute, what is that? Because I need to learn about that. I didn't know. I mean, I've never used Google Classroom, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around how we gonna use it.
It's been helpful so far.
I don't know. We haven't gotten any direction as far as from Miss Ellen and them how they want us to go about. You know what I'm saying? What they want us to do.
22nd, we're supposed to know some more, or they have a meeting on the 22nd.
Wait, say it again, Sarah. I can't hear you.
In our training last week, they mentioned something about the 22nd of this month. They were having a meeting with the state or something like that to give some more direction.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. So
yeah, nothing's definite yet, but I was watching the State Department kind of like Zoom session with the health department about making the plan for the different phases of returning to school. And it's still not finalized. Like they couldn't even agree on numbers and feet apart and things like that. So, I mean, the only thing I think that we are sure of is that there is going to be some type of hybrid learning.
Yeah.
Hey, Abigail.
Say hi. That's
Hey, my little friend.
Thanks.
Yeah, she just came in from swimming. Go put you some dry clothes on there on the bed.
I couldn't be getting that because she won't let me have any chips.
Oh, well, go get you a snack. So anyway, so I want to show you that whiteboard program, and I'm still learning it myself, so I don't really have like all the details about it, but I figured the sooner we're introduced to things and the sooner we're allowed to kind of mess with them and play with them, then we can kind of start to organize, or kind of lay out some type of front loading plan, because I do have a feeling that one way or another, we're going to end up having to go on in this digital kind of thing. So, I'm one of those people, I like to know things way ahead of time so that I can tinker with it and play with it. So I just wanted to show it to you. I created like a
when you're talking about whiteboard, you talking about Promethean?
I'm talking about a virtual space, like out in digital land, that looks like a board that you can put stuff on and type on. And
Is it kind of like Google Jamboard?
Yes, it is. I haven't. Huh?
I said, show us.
Oh, I will. Okay.
I want to see it.
Okay.
I'm excited.
So I just want y'all to know that I kind of, because Jill had sent me a message last night about like how to use it, because she had looked at it, ironically, after we had talked about it. She had something popped up on her screen to to look at it. So she did, and she had asked a question about how to use it for students. Okay, so I'm just letting you know right now that whenever you share a screen in Zoom, there's a huge delay. So I might be talking and doing stuff, but then the screen is not showing you exactly what I'm doing because it's lagging behind a little bit. So just be aware of that. Like, can you see this screen? Can you see my little hand moving around on the screen?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is Miro, and this is a board that I already created, and I tried to do something that was non-ELA, like science-y, because I don't know anything about science, but I was trying to, you know, expand my knowledge a little bit to see how this could possibly be used for instructional purposes. And when you get to like Miro, okay, so let me take you to the home page of it. Okay, so this is like my dashboard in Miro. It's like you can create a new board. Here's two that I've done already. Like here's the one that I did for my class that was required of me. Here's the one that I created as a sample for y'all. And my professor, like the first day of class, he had something for us to do in Miro, which sent us to the link. We had to log in, create an account, and then he had us doing activities on this big, you know, digital space. And I was like, OMG, this is the coolest thing ever. I need to tell my peeps about it. So that's why we are here today. So anyway, I kind of broke it into different things that you could do for like individual activities. Okay. Like, and I'm just kind of zooming in and out. Okay, so this is an example of like what you could do with individual work. I made a box like this one that says Johnny. I made that first box. I put these little sticky notes in it because here's your toolbar on the side. You can put text in something. Like I could type a title right here and move that around. You have sticky notes. You can pick a color of sticky note and then put it somewhere and type in it. Okay, so that's an option. Now what I did was created the activity first. So my activity for science, and trust me, I don't know anything about science, so I could be completely wrong in what I'm saying. I'm just using it like as an example of what I did. I put the link to this board because you see this little blue button right here, it says share. I clicked that, I copied this invite link, and then I went into the chat on Zoom and I copied it and pasted it in there for you guys. So if you were to click on that link right now, it would take you to this board right here. And we would all be in it at the same time. And I would actually see you in it doing things. And it would, you know, hover your name around your cursor and your activities and what you're doing so that I would be able to monitor what you were doing. Like I'd be able to see it. I did all of this, you know, so it's going to say like, if I wanted, you know, my whole class to each have their own box, sorry, I'm still learning this. Like I created this one box, you know, what are the steps of the scientific method, and the intent is for Johnny to go in there and type his answers. And then I just copied this whole box and pasted it as many times as I had students and put their names on it. Okay, so that each person could go in and find theirs, okay, and type whatever answer you want. Now, you know, you could put anything in here. You can make boxes and frames. It's kind of like, are y'all familiar with Prezi? Have y'all used Prezi before? It's kind of like that.
But I never
like,
used.
Okay, well, it's kind of like Prezi. It's like this one big board where you can have all of these different things on it, and you can make it go to those things. Okay, so like this is how I would, you know, front load this activity because I have it, you know, they're individual activities. They could all take turns reviewing the scientific method. Another individual activity is this board right here. I inserted a link to a video. Okay, so I just went to YouTube, found the video on conifer trees and copied the link in there, and this is what it did. Oh, look, y'all see Melissa? Melissa's in there right now.
How'd she get there?
She went on the link because I put the link to it
Where
in
you
the
put this
chat
link?
because I shared the link with all of y'all, and you can get in and we can watch Melissa do stuff. So if
Yeah, well, I'm a
Melissa,
double screen.
do you see?
Melissa, you do good.
You see where it says her name right
I see
there?
Melissa, yeah.
So Melissa, go click on one of those sticky notes and type on it or something so that we can see what it does. Because I'm seeing it from the creator's point of view, so the teacher's point of
Melissa, she's got her dooflicky on.
view. What?
She's got her
I think I'm too
there she
small.
goes. There she goes.
You can blow it up. You can stretch it out and zoom in to be bigger. Yeah, see her little sticky note?
Oh, there I am.
Okay, so she put that in there and she typed on it. So that could be one way to use it individually. This is what my professor does with it all the time. He posts links to articles and links to web pages, and then he tells us to watch the video or read it or whatever, and then put our key takeaways. So that is one activity. Like this is linked to a YouTube video. So if they click on it, it'll play the YouTube video. You can put whatever instructions you want. This is a web page. If you had a PDF, you could upload it here as well and link it, and they click on it, and then it would open the PDF so they could read as well, and they could type whatever. I did a couple of like group activities. And again, remember, I'm not a scientist. I don't really know, but like an example of a group activity could be use sticky notes to label the different parts of the plant. Okay, so once they had watched the video about plants and about these carnivorous trees and then read about them, then, you know, this could be an activity where Johnny can take his sticky note and say, you know, this is a pine cone. Okay, and then that's his. And then
the gallery walk almost.
what?
It almost reminds me of a gallery walk, like inside of the classroom.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly,
really,
exactly.
you can put whatever you want in here. You can put a bunch of pictures. You can put the text. You can put the problems. I saw one, Melissa, a math example where the teacher had posted like a bell ringer activity every day with a word problem, and you know, they had to do the work in their notebook and then take a picture of the notebook and kind of like upload that page as the answer. And it was like, you know, because this has an option to upload right here, you know, so if they take a picture, then they can upload to the screen and paste it. They can
Is there an app for this?
I don't know, but let me see. I can look it up real quick.
Because one of the things that I keep thinking about is, I know we're going to be doing a lot of, I know we're going to be doing some type of virtual whatever.
There is.
But like, let's say we do option B where, you know, the students come on a Monday and Wednesday, group A, and then group B comes on Tuesday and Thursday. I think the students are going to be using their phones a lot. So like my biggest concern is to make sure that the majority of the things that they can do on the computer, that they can actually do from their phone. You know, it's not too difficult.
I just looked it up. There's a Miro app.
Awesome.
So it's there, and it is free. So, I mean, this is something, just a tool that I think is, when it comes to, I don't know what to call it, like dynamic instruction. Like if we're, you know, distance learning and the kids are in Google Classroom, that's great, but there's not a whole lot of interaction there. Like to me, this can kind of promote some interaction, some collaboration. And, you know, even if they're on at different times, it'll still be the same board and they can still, you know, kind of post to their group, you know, so that's.
If they would go the route of distance learning in the fall, do you think they would just do like put everybody on Edgenuity the way they have at the virtual Vermilion?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they're gonna, because Diane had told us already that we needed to have Google Classroom set up. I think there's gonna be some, you know, that Google Classroom is probably gonna be our hub, you know, especially the content teacher. I'm not exactly sure what's happening with electives, but you know they're gonna focus on math and ELA and science and social studies, because the 4 content classes, they're going to want us to provide some type of something. You know? So, I mean, to me, I like Google Classroom, but it's not enough, in my opinion. Like, to me, that's where you get your assignments and turn in your assignments, get your feedback, but it's not a place for interaction and instruction. So when I saw this, I was like, ooh, that's cool. And if they let us use Zoom with the kids, or Google Meet, because, you know, if we're required to have that Google Classroom, it could possibly be Google Meet, which does the same stuff as Zoom. And alongside with this type of thing, whether it is Miro or whether it is Jamboard, which is a Google product as well that we do have access to, and Jamboard is similar to this one. It was just another tool that I wanted to show y'all and share with you so that you could, you know, check it out and play with it.
That's a question for y'all. Have y'all ever heard of a flipped classroom?
Yes.
What do y'all think about that? Or has everyone heard of that before?
No.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know, maybe you could explain it.
Yeah,
Traditionally,
traditionally, you know, a teacher gets up in front of the classroom and talks and, you know, provides, you know, notes and slides and lectures, and then the kids do some work, and then, you know, they take a test. That's the traditional system of teaching. What flipped classroom is kind of flipping the order of how learning happens. You know, you've heard of discovery learning or, you know, something like that. Flipping the classroom is when the kids do the work first. You know, they do the learning, the discovery learning through whatever means it is. Like this, for example, you know, the first assignment is to go watch this video and go read this website, and then they're getting the information on their own. You know, they're working independently or in groups to gain the information, and then the teacher comes back after the fact and we have discussion and interaction and questioning and stuff like that.
So it's almost like where your whole group lesson or whatnot would be, they would be responsible for that. So like I would basically video myself doing my lesson, and when they're at home, like, okay, let's say for example, the second scenario where there's going to be 2 groups, group A, group B, and they come, you know, every other day. Right. So maybe on Monday, group A is coming on Monday. So on Sunday, I would have sent them the video for the lesson that day that we were going to be doing. They would have already have watched the video. And then when we get into class that day, our focus is on hands-on stuff. It's not me teaching, it's me monitoring, me walking through and helping.
Doing that formative assessment, those questioning, the activities, the facilitation of whatever application they're doing to the learning. Like
and it's also good because it allows for me to see, they already have seen the lesson. So then I'm going to already know what they're struggling with. Maybe after they're finished viewing the lesson on the Sunday night, I didn't understand this. This was confusing to me. So it gives me a little time to kind of prepare for when I see them in person, and it helps with my differentiation and my grouping, because we can immediately spend that time. It almost doubles the group the time that they're actually working on something, the time that they're what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know why my
Collaboration.
word bank is blank. But the collaborative group
Yeah.
learning, like that's what's happening in the classroom instead of me doing the talking. I've
Right.
already done the talking. I've already taught. Now it's time for, you know, me to work with them and the seeds. But I just wanted to know what y'all thought about it as far as it being an option.
Okay, the thing
Okay.
of it is are we being realistic and thinking that they're gonna do that on a Sunday night?
Right.
I've been teaching these same kind of kids, and I know some of y'all have too for 30-some years. No, I don't know if they're gonna be doing that on a Sunday night.
Well, Ms. K, the fact of the matter is this, we may not have an option. Like this may be the way it has to go. And if these kids want the credit, you know, that whole rollout of what we did at the end when we did the, you know, how we had to call the parents and check on
Yeah.
who was accessing the Google Classroom. Like
Yeah.
that is probably why we were doing that, so that we can see who had.
But only 75% didn't even do it.
Not that they didn't do it, Ms. K, because they were optional. It was optional. So,
Okay.
but it was whether or not they accessed the information. If they
you know
have
what?
access to the information, then we can start requiring that they do it.
Okay.
You know, even if they don't all do it on a Sunday night or on the day that they're not at school, if we do go that route, if the majority of them do it, or if even just 10 of them do it, then those that are doing it kind of cuts the work in half for when it comes time to like actually, you know, teaching whole group, you know?
Right.
And then like my concern is if they're only going to be, if we do go that route, which for some reason my heart is just telling me that is the route we're going.
My heart is telling me that too. It is telling me that as well.
But if we do go that route, if you think about it, I mean, they're missing 3 days of instruction inside of the classroom, you know? So my concern is I don't want to have to only do 2 lessons a week. We are never going to get through, which I know that they're going to update pacing and whatnot to, you know, to meet our needs. But I would hate to move so slow and feel like I'm just, you know, pulling teeth to whereas my thing is, okay, let me be realistic. And I really won't know what I can truly do until we know what's going to happen and until I know who my students are and what access that they will have. Then I can kind of also differentiate what I'm going to do with my technology to meet their needs. But it's like, I'm trying to think of ways to where when they are in the classroom, they're actually working. It's not me teaching so much. Like I want to, that's going to be that hands-on time where I need to see what they know, not just see, like I don't want to just know that, oh yeah, they heard me. I need to know if they truly got it by working with them. So that's just kind of my, I thought about the flipped classroom and I wanted to think about, you know, just kind of get that feedback.
I think by us doing this, Ms. K, you may have some doubts, but I think by us doing this type of thing, we might get more engagement from the kids.
I hope so.
I think that just the fact that it's on the computers, on the phone, digital, like they already feel like they're wasting time coming in the classroom, sitting in there. They want to get to the nitty gritty of it. And I think that by doing this and streamlining and planning more effectively and organizing, you know, we don't have to spend 2 weeks on one thing. You know, let's just give them the text, send them the audio link, let them read it, ask them some key questions and produce a work, you know, to check and see if they really understand. I think by doing this, we might get more engagement than you think. Like I'm having faith in this process.
Well, I'm from the old school, so the new school's gonna have to help me.
That's what we're here for, Miss K. That's why we are doing this right now, Miss K.
Okay.
Have faith.
But when we're actually doing it, that's when I'm gonna have to, y'all gonna have to go, this is how we're gonna do it. And I'll say, okay. And that's what I like about the three of us. We'll work together.
We're gonna make this work, Miss Kay. We're just trying to get some tools out there, like, and that's what I want, that's what I wanted to share with everybody, so that we can get some tools out there. We can get some Google Classroom questions answered. Jill can show us her notebook. Jill, do you want to show us your notebook?
No, I want you to show us your notebook.
Oh, but I thought, okay, but I thought yours was a little bit farther along than mine. So
No, I didn't create mine yet.
All right, well, let me see if I can pull up my notebook.
And Miss K, you know everybody take care of you, so stop that.
Yes, I know. Stop being dramatic, Miss K. We got you.
I know they will.
Got you, fam.
And that's the only reason why I'm coming back another year. Look, I want to show you what I got.
What you got?
What?
Wait, girl. What? That's a heart monitor?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wait.
Miss K.
That's not
We're going to talk about that when we finish, because I haven't had my bout with it. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Oh, wait. While I have this up on accident, y'all, I have been like absolutely obsessed with this Bitmoji stuff.
I can't even do Bit.
Okay. But you know what, Miss K? It's all right, because guess what I did?
Tell me more.
I designed your Bitmoji for you, Miss K. I have it.
Well, you got to put me blonde.
I did. I pulled a picture of you up. Actually, my husband pulled the picture up off of Facebook, and we made a Bitmoji for you, Miss K. So y'all make your Bitmojis and send it to me, because I'm gonna make us a team T-shirt. I already have Jill and Linda's and yours, Miss K, because I made one for you.
Okay.
So y'all make me a Bitmoji and send it to me. Anyway, let me show you, because I kind of started my classroom. I don't know if I'll be able to show it to y'all, because it's hard for me to operate this with the Zoom going at the same time. It makes me a little like I'm going to press the wrong thing or something. Okay, so when Diane sent us the message that we were going to have to create our Google Classrooms, I know I teach on a block schedule, so I just went in there and I just created 3 Google Classrooms for the 3 blocks that I would do. And I didn't do anything in it yet. I just kind of set it up. Let me move y'all over so that I can see y'all and do this at the same time. Okay, so what I did, Miss K, and Sarah too, but I mean, you know how to do this, Sarah. I broke it into—
Miss K does not know how to do this.
I know,
Miss
but
K don't feel bad. I don't either, but we gonna be fancy. Don't worry, we gonna get it.
Yeah, we're gonna be fancy.
That is correct. And Miss K, if you want to try to do it on your own, that is perfectly fine.
Oh, I don't think so, but I'll just watch, see what you do, and then I'll work from there.
It's all right. Okay, I love you. But I already broke it into our modules. Like you see, because I had like our class resources, like whatever was going to be our main like anchor texts and things like that. But then I broke it into modules. So I know, Melissa, y'all do modules as well, right? Y'all have math modules. So, you know, you go in and you go to create and you pick topic and then you create whatever topic you want. And what's good about this, finally, you can float them around. You used to not be able to do that. But, you know, I was going to start working on Flowers for Algernon first. And in the process of trying to figure out how I was going to make this completely digital, because I had no idea what we were doing. So I felt like I was going into this thinking that we were going to need a digital online paperless classroom. And the way the ELA module works is that we have a reading log that the kids have to do their assignments in. And, you know, then they have the module pages, which are all the graphic organizers and the questions and stuff. And I'm like, how am I gonna make this like work? Okay, so I created my Google Classroom so that I could, and there's my little Bitmoji lady, and I have a little Bitmoji pose on every classroom, but I also wanted, let me go back, to create a student notebook that was completely digital. And y'all, I'm sharing this with you, and against my husband's, he was like, don't share that with anybody because you could probably make some money off of that.
Why?
Better share it with me.
I'll pay you.
No,
I'll pay you.
but I was like, no, it's fine. I was like, I want my team to be ready. I'm like, I'm not that kind of teacher. It's like, I do my stuff for the good of my team and my kids. So
Okay, but I would pay you.
you don't have to
I
pay
would.
me, Miss Kate. Just as long as you love me, I'm good.
I love you. You know I love you.
All right, let me find where I put my notebook. Here it is. Okay, so I went into Google Slides. So if you want to create your own notebook for your kids, I highly recommend you do it in Google Slides instead of Google Docs, because Google Slides will do things that Docs will not do. Here's my student notebook, and I had intended to create pages for every module. Like I have the one anchor notebook, and this is just like, I don't know if you can see it really well. What I did was I went into the page setup, okay, and where you hit custom, you can pick the size of the page that you want. So instead of having like Google slide or PowerPoint slide sized slides, I went in and put 8.5 by 11 so that it made an actual size page. So just in case we wanted to print something, like if they typed up a response or they did some work or something on the page and I wanted to print it out and have a paper copy, that it would be the right size to print out for the page. So if you go in and create your own notebook, and then you go in and put, let's see, you go to insert and slide. Yeah, you can come inside. You don't have to stay outside. If you go to put slide numbers on it, it'll put page numbers. Let's see if we can see one real quick. And these are just all the pages that I have in there so far. I didn't really go in and do a lot with it. My intention was to create pages. Okay, so this is a background image. It's not like I slid something on top of it. I actually went into slide, change background, and insert an image. Because when you do that, it freezes it to the background of the slide so that you can put whatever you want on top, like this text. You know, I can move it and do whatever I want with it, but the background will stay the same. Okay, so what I was thinking I was going to do was take all of the student workbook pages that come with the module and scan them, or I know we have them somewhere saved as PDF, but I'm going to have to convert them to a JPEG in order to have them as an image in the background of the slide, so that whatever the worksheet is, it will stay in the background and not move. When they can come in and insert text and type all, you know, this is my answer to the question, blah, 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 and they can type whatever they want, but you know, your page background will stay the same. So if it's like a math page out of the math module and you'll have all the problems on there, it'll be the background. So they won't accidentally type in a text box and mess it up. It'll just stay back there, and they can edit all the things in front of it, and then that background will stay the same. So I really just made, like I found this lined paper background, which is not really my intent for them to use. Like this first page is going to be tutorial videos on how to use the notebook, because I'm going to have to show them how to type in it, how to insert pictures, how to do all that kind of stuff. Like, this is the plan. I don't know if you can see that. Let me make it bigger. So I had intended with like the first couple days of class, these are the things that I'm going to go through with them. This is what you do. So you show them how to use the notebook, how to make text boxes, how to do scribbling, because then they can actually write with it. Copy and pasting images, and then I'm going to have them go in and answer questions, practicing all of these skills. I'm going to tell them to copy pictures and paste them all over the cover of their notebook, and put their name and grade, all that stuff, so that they can personalize their notebook. And that's going to be my way of assessing if they have the technological skills to be effective in the notebook. But then once that's done, once the introduction's done, and, you know, we can, there's their digital citizenship agreement, acceptable use policy that they have to sign anyway to use. So I figured if I could just put it right there and then put a little signature line at the bottom, they sign it, that's evidence of their digital citizenship. And then I broke the notebook up into the categories that we use in ELA, like notes for literature and informational text, some composition notes, language and vocabulary. And then I was going to break it into modules. So my intent was to go into each of the 3 modules that we have in ELA, definitely the first one, you know, the one that we know we're going to be using at the beginning of the year, making all the pages JPEGs, because they can take that and drop it into the notebook. Like if I post this on Google Classroom and I allow, like if I go into this class and I say, look, I'm going to put this material right here, my student notebook. Then I'll say download and begin using your own notebook. And I go to add. Okay, and then I add the notebook, and I'll take it off later. But what this is going to do is that when all the kids go to this assignment in Google Classroom and open up this first assignment, it's going to make a copy of this for each child. So each child is going to have their own like foundational notebook copy. And then it's going to have their name on it. It's going to have, you know, it's their own. And then later, you know, when I post like the 20 slides or whatever that go into the student's module, and it'll be like, open up this module, copy and paste the slides into section 1 of your student notebook. They go into that, they, you know, click on the slides, hit Control-C, copy, go into their student notebook, click on the space in the slideshow where they want it, hit Control-V, paste it, and boom, all their module is in that one notebook. So that was my answer to paperless digital kid work, you know. And I, as their teacher through Google Classroom, because I posted it in Google Classroom, it is there for me to access as well. Like I can go into their notebook and see what they've done. Any Google document or slideshow has a history. So you can go back and see the history. You can see when they typed it in, who typed it in, if they copied it from someone else's work and pasted it into theirs, you can see all of that. So there's a whole accountability aspect when you use stuff like this, that you can track what they're doing. You can track whether or not they cheated, you know? So I was like, that's why I'm like, oh, this is gonna be really good. Like, I think this is gonna be really good if we can get all the work front loaded. You know, it's a lot of work in the beginning. It's a lot of preparation and a lot of creating things. I guess that's why I get so frustrated. I'm like, I wish they would just tell us what we're doing. I wish they would just tell us, you know, if we're gonna need to go full digital, if we're gonna need to. So I'm just planning like for worst case scenario that we may have to go full digital. So I wanted everything to be able to be in the cloud. So that was just in case, because even if we do get to go face to face, then the stuff is still there. You know, they can still use it. You know, if we do go in face to face, then everybody has to have their own device anyway. Everyone's gonna have to, they're gonna have to make some significant changes. The kids are gonna have to be allowed to bring their devices or their phones or something. They're gonna, you know, so we're gonna have this already done if that's the route we're going.
Have you ever used Cami?
Whenever we had the meeting with,
What?
whenever we had the meeting with Adrian, she said that they were going to print out all of the stuff. ELA wasn't going to be a problem because they were going to print out all of the modules for
Right, they do that for us every year.
in every year. So they were still gonna do it.
But you know what the problem is with that, Miss Kay? Is that
Mm.
if we are distance learning and they have paper at their house, how am I going to check that? You know, if
True.
that's why I was like, I'm just going to put it all in here. I was using Google
I
Classroom
really
anyway.
wish for ELA that they would buy the subscription to Learn Zillion, because Iberia Parish had a subscription last year, and I mean, it's amazing. You can assign lessons to kids.
Oh, were you able to
They
get your hands
can,
on that?
do a lot of work in it. There's quizzes in there. That would be a huge help. Having to go.
Were you
Yes,
able to
I
get
do.
your hands
I
on
have
it?
it. So
No.
I will send that. I will share that. The quizzes and whatnot.
I was like, I remember you talking about
Yes.
that. I was like, what?
Can you hear me? Yes. Yes, it's awesome. I do have access to it.
Good. Because, man, I didn't even know that existed.
It's amazing. I used it so much last year. We really need the paid subscription, especially if we're going to go digital for ELA. It would be a huge help.
Well, it sounds like, right, Miss Kay? It sounds like they don't plan on going digital for ELA.
That's Adrian was up in the air about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is just, we have to have Google Classroom. So, I mean, those are just two options that I had that I wanted to share with y'all. Things that I had learned about that I thought was really cool and wanted to share with you. Do y'all
It
have?
is cool. It's just doing it.
Yeah. What you got, Melissa?
Ms. Brigola, I wanted to tell you, you probably don't have to change all those module pages from PDF to JPEG. You can leave it as PDF and upload it. And then if they want to drag something in, they just go to their snipping tool that comes on the computer. And then you just take the little screenshot and that immediately copies it as a JPEG. And then you can just go to wherever you want it and press Control Paste, and it'll just paste it there as a JPEG.
Oh, nice. Well, you might have to show me how to do that then.
Okay. Yeah.
I wanted to show y'all, I used Cami in the past for different activities, and I want to show y'all just something that I've used it for before, so that y'all can, just kind of look at it and see what y'all think. Y'all wouldn't mind. Let's see.
No, I like Cami. Cami's good.
Have any used it besides Tiffany, or know what Cami is?
Cami's a PDF annotating software it's like an add-on to the Chrome. It's a Chrome extension that lets you write on and highlight and stuff in on PDF. You have it, Sarah?
It up. If Jill wanted to, I know didn't she have some things she was going to talk about?
Jill? You want to tell us some stuff, Jill? Yes. You've been taking all those classes. Tell us some stuff that you learned. You're on mute.
I've just been learning stuff about Google.
Well, what'd you learn?
Some things about the calendar, Chrome, Gmail, just basic things so far.
Oh, so they haven't really gotten you into the engaging stuff
No,
yet?
not yet. No.
I think that's in the level 2, huh, Miss Jill?
Mm-hmm.
The fun stuff is in level 2.
Yeah, the engaging part.
Well, so far the stuff's been pretty easy. I was surprised at the amount of stuff I already knew from the boot camp.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I looked at the boot camp, I basically knew pretty much the thing and the information they had the first day. but I still wanted to go back to see if it was any little tips and tricks that I didn't know. You know, I mean, they always have some little hidden things that you don't know. So
Like the
I
color
wanted
code in the folders. I didn't know how to do that.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. I knew how to color code the calendar. I
And
mean,
I
you
didn't
can
know
have it.
I didn't know the search bar was called an omnibar either.
Okay. I didn't know that either.
Me either.
Yeah, so
You got some Cami going, Sarah?
What's the screen sharing?
What? Say it one more time.
look like we lost her. Huh?
Oh, let me see.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay. Well, hold on. I can open something really quick. Let me just get a I'm gonna get a PDF real quick and I'll show y'all how to open it in Cami. Cami is just one of those things, like if you go to Google add-ons and type in Cami, K-A-M-I, it will let me okay. Let me share my screen with y'all then. And this, I mean, unless y'all have other things that you want to share, we can.
you're asking the wrong person.
Or just talk about Miss K. My goodness, it's like we haven't seen each other in so long. I miss y'all.
I know. I'm asking Jill, did you buy the house?
No,
Jill.
I didn't. Someone made the offer before me, but I'm still looking.
Okay.
Hey, I was.
I'm going to look at one.
That one has been.
I saw that one, but it's a little bit out of my price range.
190, but he redid the whole.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Thing. All right, I'm hushing.
Yeah, it's a little out of
It
my
is a
price.
lot.
Okay, well, I can show y'all this real quick. I went to just a folder and I found a PDF. So I went to click on this PDF and I already have the extension downloaded. Okay, so I already have Cami on mine. So when I open it like this and it gives me this option to click on open with, okay, I click on it and it says annotate with Cami. That's the app right there. Okay, so it's gonna open that PDF document in Cami. And the kids have access to this as well. And
This
then
has to be added on as an extension?
yes. Like I guess you would type in Cami, like go open up, you know, Google or whatever and do a search for Cami. And then it'll allow you to add it to your Chrome as an extension. It allows the kids to do it too. So it must be approved by the district. So here's
so
my.
The kids have to add it too.
Yeah. But I mean, you tell them to go add Cami as an extension and they'll know how to do it, I guess. They know better than we do most of the time. So here's my document. And on the left-hand side, we have all of these tools. You know, here's a markup tool. You click on that and you have a highlighter, a box highlighter, strike through, underline. You can pick these colors. You know, so I'm gonna pick the pink highlighter and then it allows me to highlight on there. You can click on comment and type like a text somewhere. I don't think I want yellow, but you know, like, and then type somewhere. I don't know. It's not allowing me to type. Equation. Oh, look, start free trial. Melissa, you would have to check that out because I don't know equations at all. A drawing tool where you can, you know, squiggle on it. Eraser allows you to erase what you did. Put images. So Cami is an annotating tool. I use it in class, like when the professor gives us articles to read and it's on PDF form. I'm old school. I really like, you know, to have the paper in my hand, but to save you know, my paper and not have to print out 70 pages of an article. Open it up in Cami and I annotate in there, highlight and make notes and do like my little notes on the side. So, I mean, this could work for a kid as well if you're giving them, you know, a notes sheet or an activity sheet. You know, instead of that student notebook that I showed you that I had created, this would be like an individual thing. Like, you know, if you had one worksheet digitized and uploaded into Google Classroom, you just put in your instructions, open with Cami, so that you can, you know, write on it, and it saves what the kids did on it, so that when you go to look at it in Google Classroom, it's there, you know, and you can see what they wrote and annotated. That's just an option, you know, something. So, I mean, I use it. I've never asked my kids to use it because I never really wanted to go check and make sure everybody was, you know, downloading the app. But, you know, it might be good to do that now because this could be a useful tool for them. So, what y'all think? Do I need to go find Sarah where she went?
Yeah, I love these two that you showed us, the Miro and the
think she was using
Cami just now. I love these ideas.
Good, good. You know, it's like I want to give you something that's useful in enough time for y'all to play with it and learn how to use it in case you wanted to do something with it to be ready to go. Because, man, nothing stresses me out more than like 2 weeks before school and somebody's telling me I need to do something. And I'm like, crap. You know, and I stay up all night, I don't sleep trying to get everything prepared. So I'm the type of person that likes to know these things way ahead of time.
Yeah,
So
me
that's,
too. Would you be willing to share your template for your student notebook in Google Slides? So we
I can do that. And then you can just build off of it and do whatever you want with it. Sure, I can do that.
Thank you.
Jill, you want one or you made one already?
No, I'll take one. I didn't make one yet. Thank you.
Okay. Miss K, you don't have to worry about it because whatever student notebook I make, you're going to use the same one, woman. It's okay.
I know.
Lucky.
You take care
I do. I love you, Miss K. I take care of my
of
people.
this old lady. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I miss y'all. I miss your faces. I miss talking to y'all.
I
So-
know.
I know, right?
Miss y'all too.
And I don't even know. I mean, do we have a science teacher? Do we have, like, you know, like, because I think, Jill, it's you and Linda.
Well, she told me I'm not teaching science. She
So-
said I'm not teaching science this year, so I think she has one.
That's good. Because I think Linda said that she's still split between 7th and 8th grade, I think.
7th grade?
Yeah, she was
Wow.
teaching 7th and 8th grade last year. And Jill had all 8th grade.
Yeah. Okay.